Alright guys, so I'm going to show you around my new car. So I've bought this to replace the Yaris. So I've changed a bit of style of car, I should say, because I went from Yaris to super big, super powerful car. So I think it looks really good. And I'm going to show you around a bit, and then I'll show you the trunk, the rear and the inside. I'll show you some of the gadgets that I have. So it's a GS300, not the 430, so it has a 3-liter V6 with 249 brake horsepower. I'll show you the engine. It's not very interesting because there's a lot of plastic covers. And I'm sorry about the cat paws on the car, because I have cleaned it yesterday, but since then I parked it in my garage and there are cats in there and they love the Lexus. So I have the key on myself. It's locked right now. I have the key on myself, and obviously if I just go up to it, it'll open the trunk. There we go. It's a really big size trunk, if I'm honest. I'm not sure you can see a lot, but it goes like really far back. I don't think you can see any of that. And it also has a trunk lid closer. So basically, first of all, this is the rear view camera. It's a bit like on the Yaris, it was about here, so it was more centered on the car. So it's a bit weird to park it now with this camera, but you know, it's got parking sensors. So basically, back to the trunk lid closer, what it does is if I don't close it properly, it closes itself. So this is the rear, this is the trunk. It's got 2 exhaust pipes. I love this. All LEDs as well. So LEDs, 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 and they're there. So all LEDs. And then, so it's still locked, but as soon as I put my hand in there, in the handle, you'll see the indicator. There we go. So it just unlocked itself. You probably heard it as well. And then this is the back. So it's got an all leather grey interior with a bit of plastic wood trim thing. So this is leather, this is leather, this is perforated leather, this is leather. It's all leather, and it's pretty spacious in here. So I mean, I'm sitting behind myself and I've still got some space. I'm 1 meter and 86. 1 meter 86, so it's pretty good. It's got a lot of speakers, 14 total. Doors, everything's nice, everything's electric and automatic and nice. Then in here you got the ashtray, you got the vents, you got pockets in the seats, which I haven't really put anything. You got pocket in the handles as well, in the doors I mean. And then in here you've got something to access the trunk, which is locked right now because I just don't use it, so I figured might as well lock it. And then in there you got some cup holders. So the back passengers are pretty well catered for. And this is the front. It's got a sunroof, well, moonroof they call it, and it's very nice. So let me show you. I'm going to show you the engine. Well, what you can see from the engine. You'll see it's pretty ridiculous because they've just covered everything. And then I'll show you the front. So let's just go in there. Up. All right. And then under there. There we go. And obviously it's hinged. So there we go. So it says V6, but that's pretty much everything you can see because you just can't see a thing. You've just got like oil monitoring thing, and then the windscreen washer fluid and the battery, but that's pretty much all you can access without unscrewing these bolts. I haven't done it yet. I'm not sure it's a very pretty engine anyway, otherwise they wouldn't have put so many covers, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, and obviously it's got bi-xenon headlamps as well, fog lamps, and they're really good actually. They have a really good range, so it's pretty nice. Alright, so now we'll get into the front, the gadgets, everything you can get on there. So it's got door pockets. This is basically my trash. So, but the door pockets are extensible, so that's pretty good. And then on there you get all 4 windows, child lock, door locks, and then the memory for the seats, which are of course electric. So forward, backwards, seats, like backrest and lumbar support, all electric. in here you've got the parking brake, which I don't use pretty much because it's automatic. And then I'll show you that later because it's pretty interesting. And so lock, there we go. So that's pretty much all I can show you without actually starting the engine. So I like the startup procedure. So basically I just take my finger, put it on this button, put my foot on the brake, it lights up green, and then look at the needles. Everything looks pretty good. It's like a starting procedure, and it's really good. Alright, so headlights, fog lights, and so on. They're all automatic, obviously. And then you've got for the stereo, so modes like CD, FM, and everything. Tape, because it's got a tape player, I'll show you that. And then, through the songs and through the volume. That's for the Bluetooth, and that's for the display in the dashboard, so outside temperature, range, and etc. Voice control, I haven't really used it, I don't think it works very well. I think you need like a special system to get the voice control. Anyway, let's try it actually. Help.
Command help list.
Navi, change screen. Oh, I can actually use it. Okay. Climate.
This command is available only on map screen.
Alright. Okay, let's go on map screen. Climate.
You are not under route guidance.
I said climate. Okay, so anyway, it doesn't really work very well, as you can see. And then you've got for the adaptive cruise control, so you can basically choose the distance you want to follow the car in front, and then that's the cruise control itself. So I'll show you this little box of things. So you push it. First of all, hold on. First of all, there's a little tray here in which I put some coins. And then if you push the push button, you get all these little buttons. They were basically put here to declutter the dashboard. There are a lot of buttons by today's standards, but not as much as there would have been if they had put this on there as well. So it's to fold the mirrors or unfold them. That's for the automatic front light system, so intelligent front lights. This is to disable the movement sensor of the alarm. This is for the headlight washer. This is for the trip computer. Open the fuel filler cap, open the trunk, set the mirrors, and then this on the top here, it's to control the shade that goes on the back window. And down. There we go. So I like this box. It's funny. It's funny. It's like a box of buttons and gadgets. So I kind of like that because I love gadgets. And then on here you've got the automatic washer, windscreen wipers. Then you get a little mirror thing with the lights. Obviously, same on the passenger side. The automatic rear view mirror, so it dims automatically. And then you get the sunroof, which actually the buttons, basically, I think the battery had been disconnected when I built the car, so pretty much all the buttons did exactly the same thing. So I actually reset it the other day, so now it actually works properly. So if I push open, it opens by itself, and then a bit more. There we go. If I push close, it'll close itself, which makes sense, I'm sure. But basically what happened before is that when I pressed up, for instance, it would go up, and then if I pressed down, it wouldn't close itself, it would go all the way back. So I just never knew if it was closed properly, which was a bit annoying. Alright, so let's get to the screen. So basically what it controls is climate, so you can choose everything, and then you've got the other buttons here for the climate. Audio, so for the stereo. CD, it's got a 6-disc CD changer as well. Info, so you get all the infos about the car, so fuel consumption, 11 liters. I've been driving in town, so it's pretty terrible. And then all the maintenance things, telephone, Bluetooth, and then calendar, and then you can choose the park assist and the language, and this, you've got the screen settings, and then when you press display, you've got the screen settings as well, so you can choose the contrast, you can choose the brightness, you can turn off the screen. So yeah, and then back to map. So you've got the map basically where you can choose everything you want, so itinerary and so on. Here you got the destination, it's a pretty old system, but it works quite well. It did lose me a bit. So this is my parents' home. This is my home. I can choose another 4, but I don't know that many people. So yeah, so it works pretty well. When I went to Marseille, it did lose me a bit, but in Marseille they like to just change roads for no reason. And then in there it's the Nav menu, so go back to itinerary and then you can configure it. So there, and then you've got the temperature. So basically, even when you're in map, actually, the temperature, you can see it. Press auto, you can put that in auto. You can just do anything you want. And then under there is the stereo. I'll move that off the way. So it's the stereo, so you can change the track here. You can change the disc here. Choose what you want. So FM,
du musée Georges Labitte,
tape, disc, and so on. It's a pretty good system because it's Mark Levinson, so it's got 14 speakers, I think 330 watts or something, or 200. Well, I think it's 330. So it's a really good sound system, but I do need to use the tape to actually plug in my phone. So in there I have this tape, which I use to plug in my phone with the jacket. So, you know, it seems a bit old. And then in there you got an ashtray, cup holders, and storage if you want it. And there you get a glove box with Tic Tacs and tissues and the manual, which fits perfectly. So that's pretty good because I'm pretty much a bit of a neat freak, and it fits perfectly. It's so good. And then the CD for the navigation, the DVD. In the same pockets, seat memory, windows, and door locks. And then in there's something I like, and is one of the reasons why I built the car, because I live in the south of France and it gets really hot. It's the heated seats on this side, but not only, because if you go to the other side, you get ventilated seats. So that's pretty good. It's pretty fun. I haven't really tried it so much because I bought this car in January, so it's been pretty cold. But now it's starting to get a bit warmer, so I'll just test it in a while. And then you get power or snow for the computer and the gearbox, and then to turn off the traction control, but you can't turn off the stability control, which is either good or bad. It's a bit annoying for me because I would like to power slide it just to try it, to see if it would. I've tried it a bit, but the stability control is just too intrusive to actually do anything. So, you know, I'd like to try it. And then you get storage, 12-volt outlet in there. So, yeah, that's pretty much my car. It's a pretty nice car. I really like it. It's a big change from the Yaris. Sorry about that. It used to smell a bit bad, and my mom bought me this. So it's a really nice car. It does change me a lot from the Yaris, if we're honest. And I really like it, so it's just very nice. Alright, so this is it. Goodbye, and thanks for listening.